Alright, we're playing white against Mr. Don't Murder Me. Cool. So this is a d4 speedrun, not an e4 speedrun, so we're not going to play e4, we're going to play c4. Gonna go with the Queen's Gambit. Queen's Gambit offered, as they call it. Queen's Gambit offered. Okay, black declines. We just had this position. We play Queen c2, so let's stick with that. Alright, bishop d6. I think we can go knight c3 here. Knight f6. Bishop g5, certainly an interesting move, just developing the pieces. Maybe playing for e4. Yeah, I sometimes, occasionally will play slow game online, but for the most part, I'm honestly just playing blitz, and I save the slow chess for over-the-board play, like classical tournaments. But I'll play training games, and I'll play like rapid games like G15, and so I think training games can be really useful. So bishop h4, if g5 will back it up. All right, knight d7 now. Go e4. Well, let's just keep it solid. e3. I think no real need to play for this one. Take, and then g5. Ooh. Wow, interesting poll. Yeah, man, people are watching from all over. The thing I don't understand is how are people watching from Europe? Because it's like 3 a.m. there. That's what I don't get. Alright, queen a5. Cambridge Spring style. Knight d2 maybe could be interesting move. Also just simple bishop d3 I think is logical. 2 a.m. man, you guys are... Well, I appreciate the viewership, guys. I appreciate it. Actually, sometimes I'll watch Twitch at night as well, either Twitch or YouTube. Okay, castles. g4 always an idea in these positions. Knight takes g4, rook to g1, or we can just simply castle kingside and ask black, what are you gonna do with this light squared bishop? Because as long as this bishop is still on c8, black is always kind of worse in these positions. Okay, e4 certainly possible. Yeah, let's play e4. This seems like a reasonable idea here. 4 a.m. nice. Acratic, I'm over in Mountain View, pretty close to San Jose. Yeah. Antip with the follow. Thank you so much, guys, for following. We're at 8920 in terms of the followers. We are trying to get to 10K when we can. But the channel is going great. So take on f6 maybe, takes on f3, gf. Hard to say. e5, very combative move. We could just keep the tension with a move like rook to e1. Just doing nothing. Let's first go cd. We'll throw this one in. So this pawn on d5 is always potentially hanging. We can consider bishop takes f6 too. This is like an important forcing move, because if knight takes f6, take on e5, bishop takes e5, knight e5, rook takes e5, we hit them with f4. It's actually a very thematic idea, f4. Rook goes back, and then we push e5 and we take a lot of space. I think that's the way to do things. If g takes f6, then we get knight takes d5 at least, so that's kind of healthy pawn. So knight takes f6 seems forced, and now we're going to kind of trade everything off. So this is actually a very forcing line, I think an instructive one, because this is a typical way of dealing with these like counter breaks. Okay, d4, you know, I just assume this never works. Usually it doesn't. We can take here and win a pawn. Take here maybe. Take, bishop takes e5. Maybe it's actually a pretty decent try here for black. So takes, maybe takes on f3, yeah, tries to go after the king. Yeah, unfortunately, maybe black can get away with this one. Wow, so we might be getting an equal position, but you know, actually, no, I don't believe this is fully equal. I think we are going to have a lead in development here. So here's where we're thinking, take, take, black takes twice on e5, and then at the end of that line, we hit him with rook a e1, threatening bishop h7 check. And the queen is hanging on e5, but so is the rook on e8. So how is black going to get out of that? Because that's going to be a very unpleasant, this is going to be a very unpleasant skewer on the e-file. Okay, f5, but this allows bishop d5 check and we can win the exchange. I guess king h8 was a move because on any bishop move, black can just take on e1. Even if we go like bishop d3, take, take, just give up the queen for the two rooks. But on king h8, I think maybe we do something else like queen d2, for example, or maybe rook e3 actually could be stronger setting it up. Okay, f5, kind of mistake, I think. So we're just going to give check and take the exchange. That's the easiest. Go ahead and pre-move this, not that we need to. Hey, appreciate it, Central. Much appreciated. Okay, looks like Black Resigned didn't want to play down the exchange. Fair enough, fair enough. Well, you know, my rent in the Bay Area is not too bad. It's not great comparatively, but it's not too bad. But yeah, you know, we do appreciate the support, guys. David also, I mean, he lives over in Berkeley. Okay, we got the Slav here, so we're just developing our pieces. We can play e3, can play knight c3. Let's go ahead and just play knight c3, just straightforward development here. In e6, we got ourselves a semi-Slav. I'm gonna go for the bishop g5 lines. I've always felt like these were a little bit more fun. Bishop e7. Okay, so black doesn't really want to go for any of the sharp lines, just plays Queen's Gambit decline style. But now white is very comfortable and black is actually committed to this move c6 quite early. So this is at least a decent version of things for white. All right, h6, bishop h4. Just gonna pull it back. g5, okay, very aggressive and weakening the king side. So I think we're pretty happy to see this one. So we're just gonna be going after the king here. Knight h5, that's fine. If black wants to take, we'll play hg and open up the rook. So this is about going after black's king. Well, let's play bishop d3. Let's go active. And we'll invite our opponent to take here. We'll go hg, castle queenside. All right, f5, giving up the e5 square. So we can go after this one. Knight d7 might follow. But on the other hand, f4 is kind of an annoying threat, right? Just trapping the bishop. So I think we have to get this one out of here. So yeah, let's play bishop e5. On knight d7, maybe we'll take a timeout to take on d5. And black is forced to play c takes d5. So maybe throws this one in, yeah? Takes, knight e5, knight takes e5, e takes d5. But even that position, we can crack him with g4. Yeah, I'm liking this. I like our knight on e5 because it hits a lot of weaknesses in black's position. So we're willing to give up the bishop here. As good as this bishop is, the knight is also pretty good. Okay, so c takes d5. Now, a couple options here. We can just castle. Maybe black wants to go g4, so I'm kind of tempted now to play h3. So we don't get hit with g4, because on g4 we don't really have a good move with our knight. So let's play h3, we stop g4, we also maybe threaten g4 ourselves at some point. Actually, I think we do. In fact, maybe we could have even played g4 here. In fact, I'm lamenting not playing that. Why didn't we play g4, guys? We should have played g4. takes, we have this one, queen g6 mate, and then if knight takes e5, we just take back, and black's position is falling apart. So kind of a miss there, but I think our position is still pretty reasonable, but yeah, kind of a miss, guys. All right, now not too late to go g4, so I think we should just go ahead and do it. Okay, knight g7. Alright, I think time to just castle. Connect the rooks, and then prepare. So now we're in the attacking phase, right? This is just, we've built up an attack, and now this is all about executing. So actually h4 I think is a sharper move, even though it loses a pawn. Opening up the g file here I think is going to be extremely dangerous for black's king. So we really just don't care about the number of pawns here. We don't really care about anything except for how can we open lines for our two rooks. Because if this happens, then white wins. If we take too long to do this, then black can get some serious counterplay. So let's take here, opening up the h file, then we'll open up the g file. Rook dg1 will happen, maybe f4 in order to get the queen in, and it's going to be GG shortly. All right, I think f4 is a good move here. Like, you hit the bishop, you open up the queen, kind of like multi-purpose move. And yeah, white's attack now looks super strong. Of course, we can also take on h6 maybe at some point, and yeah, this is going to be game over. Queen h2, rook takes h6. Let's just take here. I think this is looking pretty good. BMV, thanks for the follow. I definitely don't win all my games, guys, you know, cleanly, so be warned before you go expecting some result. All right, so now, again, all the pieces are coming in here. If f takes g, I think we throw in bishop g6 to hit the queen and take away a key escape square from the king, and then we got like queen h2, rook h8. I think things are good, guys. I think things are good. Playing for the attack. Okay, bishop f5, good move. Let's take here. Let's open up the g file. Bishop takes d3. I think we can probably just take with the queen here. And then the rook is ready to head over to g1. If knight takes f5, we'll go rook g1, king f7, rook f6, and yeah, should be brutal for black. All right, so rook takes f5. Let's bring this rook to g1. Black is holding on, but yeah, I think it's just a matter of time before we break through. Now we have this possible trick: knight takes d5. This one if we want. Also, another move we can consider is e4 in the spirit of just getting the queen in as quickly as possible. Now, if this rook moves somewhere, we got like queen h7, just winning on the spot. So yeah, I think rook c8, kind of only reasonable move for black here, really. So now this one makes sense just to tie black down a bit. Can also play for this one, just going for that check on the back rank also feels very annoying for black. Probably queen d7. Then maybe e4. Yeah, let's go rook h1. Now we're gonna start hunting down black's king. E4 soon. Guys, please don't try to influence the streamer in terms of the bets. I know there's millions of dojo gold on the line, but you know, I'm trying to stick to the impartial educational speedrun here, and I prefer not to be influenced by the heavy gambling that is occurring on our Twitch channel right now. Alright, queen d7. Yeah, I think kind of forced, because otherwise this one was winning the queen. So let's now push e4. And we're just, again, opening up our pieces so that we can try to get in. If take's probably just queen takes e4 simple. And black doesn't really have a ton of counterplay to fight with here. So we're going to be looking to win this one. Alright, rook g5. Now this allows us queen f3, right? So check, queen f3 check. Queen f6 is going to be mate. Knight comes to f5, we have rook h7 mate. We're almost mate, you know, rook g7, we take. Alright, let's just do it. Exactly. Alright, knight f5, let's give this check. And we can take here. So rook g7, I think we just take here. I think black has basically very few. Maybe we don't really want to allow that. Let's try to be... Can we be precise here? Check. Take. Check. Here. Queen f6. Oh, that's kind of a nice line, huh? Check. King e7. The king is totally stuck. So we take. Queen g5. King f7. Queen f6. Now that's clean. That's very clean. I mean, we don't even have to take. This is technically faster mate. I mean, this is beautiful, I have to say. This is pretty beautiful. Actually, guys, I know we've been talking about it. I will be adding some new awards for the Dojo Gold, including just getting like a private lesson on stream, or like a coaching session, which I think would be really cool. So it'll be some high number, but I'm sure a few people will have reached it already. All right, playing all 1d4. Hey, Noxy UK, thanks for following. This is the d4 rapid speedrun. Alright, so e6, I think I'll go knight c3 actually. Classical. c6, seeing a lot of triangle variation, a lot of triangle Slavs tonight. Okay, I'll play e3 here, just defending the pawn. Bishop d6, a lot of times they want to kind of transpose into a stonewall structure, which I think is quite reasonable. Let's go bishop d3. Knight f6. Okay, looks like we're just getting kind of normal semi-Slav here. Knight f3. Oh, we gotta update the score, huh? 141. Yeah, absolutely, CMB Chess. Thanks for following. Glad you're here. So h6 is very slow, guys. Very slow. I don't like this move. I think I'll just castle here. Basically, black doesn't really need this tempo. And we're gonna think about pushing e4 soon and just taking the center. I do like the Shabalov attacking lines. They're pretty fun. Or just playing g4 in these kinds of positions. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so now, I mean, very simple position. Our idea is just to go e4, open up this bishop. The problem for black is it's not as easy to open up this bishop. Because if you go e5, then white is taking and dark squared bishop is going to be lost. So this is white's space advantage here. The knight can take on e4. Yeah, black really taking their time here. Not sure what's happening. I guess they're thinking about it, but it's hard for some players against d4. They don't really know how to develop their pieces and solve the problem of this bishop. Very unfortunate. Hey, Sharkmo, how's it going? Poetic Edda, thanks for following. Okay, castles, after a long think before black plays castles. So we can go ahead and push e4 here. I think there's very few drawbacks to just making this pawn break immediately. D takes e4, knight takes e4. Probably my pawn was just away from the computer for a couple minutes because now he's playing quickly and we got the game going. Knight d7. Let's pull this bishop back. So in this kind of position, this is the plan. You put the queen on d3, you force black to keep the knight on f6, and then you look for possible sacrifices on the h6 square. White's attack can actually be really dangerous. The knight is coming to e5, rook fe1, queen d3, rook a d1. Eventually bishop takes h6, queen swings around to g3, queen to h4, and yeah, it's going to be real dangerous. Real dangerous. This is move 12, guys, here for white. All right, let's start with rook fe1. Most natural move. c5. c5, definitely really logical. looking for some kind of sack here, but how do we do this one? King is coming to g7. Maybe we play knight e5. Maybe d5 here. d5 takes bishop g4. Maybe just b3, simple move. I like b3 and putting maybe the bishop. Bishop can also go to b2. We have this idea, queen d3, bishop takes f6, and queen h7. Yeah, so let's take here. So is bishop b4 going to be a problem? That's kind of annoying. We didn't really sign up to deal with that one. Also play queen takes d4. Actually, queen takes d4 might just be stronger. But on bishop b4, then we gotta trade rooks. Or trade queens, I should say. Take, yeah. Honestly, kind of annoying. Maybe we just play a3. c5, we go b4. If e5, then we just take this one. How about this move, guys? a3, huh? Feeling a little ambitious, but a3 stops this one, and then we can take this comfortably. You know, we take it comfortably. Okay, b6, very good. Now let's play queen takes d4, or maybe bishop b2. No, let's play queen takes d4. Let's get the queen in. Queen is coming to h4, and then we get our sack. So bishop b7. We should watch out for bishop takes f3. a3, interesting move, yeah. I like a3. Okay, bishop c5. We'll swing over this way. Now bishop b7. If we take, bishop takes f3, queen g5. Knight h5 possible there. So maybe we take a timeout, go knight e5, but then something to d4. Bishop d4, queen d4. Hold up, take here. King takes. Check, king h8. Check, king g8. Takes, and then it's very dangerous for black. Rook e5 coming. Rook a d1 also coming. Rook f8, rook e5, bishop f8, rook g5. A4. Yeah, I'm not happy about this. That queen got super active. So I think we kind of misplayed this. And yeah, now we're just kind of playing for activity. Okay, rook AD8. Let's go rook B1. Solid. Just defending. Actually, I should have played B4. I should go B4. B4 is much better move. Now it can take on A3, but I'm not really worried about this pawn. I just want a way to get my rook to... If I can get rook E3, rook H3, it's going to be real dangerous for black. Yeah, B4 is probably a better move. Very hard to push the queenside majority when the opponent is super active like this, so it's not exactly an easy thing to do. Okay, I think I want to play here. Just trying to be real solid. Maybe rook G1. And rook D8, maybe then B4. This bishop will have to go back. Can't block this one. Problem for white is all of our pawns are weak. Rook F3. Let's back it up. Yeah, black playing really well. I think we were just we're just kind of trying to hold on here at this point. Let's go here. The rook. Wait. We had this one. We had this one. We had that one. We already saw that was gonna be hanging. That's why. Very educational. All right, enough, guys. I was already thinking like, oh, if rook D8, I'll go B4, and then he can't play here because the rook is hanging. I'm so smart. He can't go here either. And then he played rook D8. And then he was still okay. I mean, if he okay, well, that's, you know what, guys? That's gonna be a GG. All right, that's gonna be a GG. All right, I'm sorry to put it like that, but that's what's gonna happen. So 142, 26 moves, in case anyone was gambling. 26 moves for that one. Well, at the end we played rook takes e2, so we were winning a piece there. All right, d4, e6. Let's push here. 87. Wow, weird move. I'm just gonna develop this one. Bright Sand, the reason I have more losses on the account is because I had to play some games for the account to not be provisional, and then they reset the rating. So that's why. But the official score of the speedrun 145, 1-0. Okay, knight g6, let's take the center here. And we'll go knight f3. Okay. Not really useful move here for black. Really weird play. Knight h4. Hoping for this trick. Bishop g5 takes. Let's just develop normally, I guess. Yeah, knight e7, definitely not a great move there. d6. Alright, I'll just... Yeah, I feel like we can go queen d2 if we want. We can take on h4. Let's just take on h4. Queen takes, we'll go bishop g3. Or queen d2. Actually, I like queen d2 here. Threatening to maybe go bishop g5. Knight c6. So what does he want on this one? I guess queen is going to be backing up here a little bit. He was hoping for this one, but not in time. Now he still has this idea, so we got to be careful not to lose the bishop, and maybe he wants h6 too. h6 I'm not worried about. We'll just castle queen side against queen takes g2. Yeah, let's pull back. And then if takes, we'll just castle. And now we got this open G file to work with. A lot of space, a lot of file. Yeah, no, 97's no good, Joe. I don't think there's a lot to understand. It's spending a lot of time with one piece just to trade it off is just losing time. No real purpose to it as far as I can see. Okay, so queen h3. We can advance. We can play d5. I'll go king b1. Just take it easy. Nice and easy. All right, e5. Good move. Maybe knight d5 here is annoying. Just going after that one. Can also take on e5 first and then go knight d5. Let's do that. Let's play to open the position because we did sacrifice a pawn, so I think we need to generate some counterplay. Now I want to go knight d5 and just ask black how he's going to defend this one. That's a big target. It's a big target in the opening. Just c7. And then we can think about maybe f4 at some point, trying to break with e5 and just trying to break everything open. So now black has to make a choice. I mean, king d8 is an ugly move, but it is possible. He can also try queen d7, which is also ugly, but possible. Other than that, I mean, letting white take on c7 feels extremely risky, so queen d7, okay, so yeah, keeps the king with the castling rights. Let's just push f4. Just go after this knight. And now we're just kind of building up the initiative slowly. I mean, we sacked a pawn, but like this is black's extra pawn, you know, whatever, this random g pawn. Like how it affects the position is not like that crucial. But all of our pieces are in the game and black has to play with disconnected rooks. It's very, very difficult. So the secret here is just not to rush and just slowly open the position. What happened with the one draw? Well, we were winning that game. But we got a little too low on time, a little too frisky with the technique, so we didn't win it. We didn't win it. Okay, knight goes back to c6. I think maybe just rook g1, just a very annoying move, putting pressure here, not letting him go bishop e7. And if g6, of course, we've noticed that we have knight f6 winning the game. So not an easy position for black to develop. Okay, queen d8. So doesn't want to allow bishop g4. That makes sense. Now maybe time to break with e5. Or we could advance like bishop h5, for example. Queen c3 is a move. It's actually very annoying. Maybe e5 takes and then queen c3. But let's just go queen c3 here. And just putting pressure on this one. And actually, if allowed, we'll just take twice. Queen takes g7, rook has to go, and then knight f6. Okay, but bishop e6 though. Now let's see, takes, he can take here. E takes d5. Yeah, looks pretty good. Let's do it. Because the rook on h8 is always hanging, so whenever black takes this one, we take with tempo. If takes, we're hitting the knight, and if takes on g7, we take on g7, and so black is going to have two pieces hanging. So we can give the exchange here. Like for example, if takes, and then he took, and then we took, and then the rook would move, but because we win the second piece, so we get two minor pieces for the rook, and really good position. And here we got like knight f6 is a huge threat, and so rook f8, knight f6, king e7, and then f5 probably, bishop g5 seems like the most straightforward. King d7, king is running away. Was doubling rooks instead of this good? Well, it was going to be slower, right? So if you have a way to win the position immediately or you have a slow way, usually it's good to go with the direct stuff. King d7 though, good move. Now kind of tempted to go after with this one. Rook g8 take, f5, and take, and c8, c5, should be good. Also play c5 immediately. Rook g8 though. Knight f6 check. Oh, there's no rook g8 because there's knight f6. Well, in that case, I mean, yeah, let's just let's just push forward. Because it takes. Well, now this is hanging, and there's bishop g4 hanging, so no time for rook g8 because the king doesn't escape. Yeah, knight on d5 was good, and unfortunately for black, in order to give it up, has to give up the light squares. If knight f6 check, then king d7. So f5, bishop still has d7 square. I was thinking about it though. Definitely thinking about it. Now of course knight is hanging with check, but the real threat is bishop g4, which keeps the king from being able to escape. And that's the killer, because the king in the center against the two bishops, I think they call it a GG usually. It's usually what they call a GG. King in the center. Like, I'm not totally up to date on my terminology, but I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. Okay, knight a7. So yeah, as promised, I don't want the king to escape, so I don't really want to take and push the king here. I want to give a check and keep the king in the center. we just play for checkmate? Lots of threats. So it doesn't really look great for black, to be honest. Not sure we're going to find a lot of winning moves for black here. Probably very few. The playlist I'm listening to is called Twitch and Chill on Spotify. Okay, Queen G8. Valiant effort. We're gonna keep that king locked in. Keep that king locked in. This is coming next. Could have done it the other way too. Could have played rook e1 check and then bishop f6, but that's gonna do it. 26 moves, guys, in case anyone's counting. 26.